welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. I'm thelaurynicole, your natural hair internet bestie. Today I'll be showing you how to get the most bouncy, soft, voluminous flexi rod set. Before we get started with today's video, I would like to announce that I have been nominated Beauty Influencer of the Year, and I couldn't have done it without the help of you guys. If you want to see me win this amazing, prestigious award, make sure to check out the description box below where you can vote me Beauty Influencer of the Year. Every vote counts, and I really would like yours. Now to get into today's video.
I like to start all my flexi rod sets on clean, washed hair, as this allows me to have the best results. I then spray my hair just to get it slightly damp. I then proceed to part my hair into 4 sections, as this makes tackling a flexi rod set so much easier. For this flexi rod set, I will be using one product, and that is mousse, as it is super lightweight and allows for quick drying and extreme definition.
This is one of my favorite mousses for doing like a twist out, a perm rod set, a flexi rod set. This stuff will have your hair set and ready to just blow them away. So you can get this at Target, Walmart. I live up north, so we have Meijer up here, but well, actually, I don't know if you can get it at Meijer's, but it's one of my favorites. If you haven't tried out this brand, make sure to try them out. I'm also going to be linking these products that I'm using in today's video in my description box below, all in my Amazon storefront, so that you can get this hairstyle with just the click of a button. Let's get back to this hairstyle tutorial.
With each section, rake a reasonable amount of mousse through your curls, and after you have applied the mousse, it is time to add the flexi rods to your hair.
Now, I like to do a mixture of both the pink rod and the blue rod, just to give my hair some different texture and variation of curls. I like for my flexi rod sets to look very natural, and to me, not every curls are the same. A lot of people do not have the same curl pattern throughout the entirety of their head. Now, I like to focus on making sure that I have bigger curls in the back as well as on the top, and then when it comes to like my bangs, I like to have a little bit smaller curls just so that it can frame my face a little bit better. But within each section, as I go up, I will be using the blue flexi rods, except for the part that's like right here in my crown. So you will see me part my hair like so, and then we're just going to section this off, because you guys know I am a big section queen. Like, that is how you mess up your hair so quick, by not sectioning it off. I'm just going to secure it with one more pump of mousse. Even though you really don't need this much mousse, this is actually going to make it a little bit harder for your hair to dry, but me, I'm extra. I want to make sure that each strand, each part, each section has enough mousse. So then I'm going to, with this, make 2 more sections using the big pink rods.
I am now taking this section and I'm splitting it into 2 sections. With one of those sections, I am placing the flexi rod in the middle of the hair and underneath the hair, and will begin to wrap my hair inward. Once all of the hair has been wrapped, I will then turn the flexi rod inward all the way until it touches the root of my head or my scalp.
When it comes to flexi rods, my next biggest tip is making sure that with each section that you're doing, the amount of hair is equivalent to the perm rod size. I would never put a lot of hair on a rod this size, just because it will be harder for it to dry and it won't set correctly. Whereas a rod that is this size, I would prefer to use bigger sections, bigger size portions of hair, because it is a bigger rod and it'll be easier for it to set. So whilst doing your hair, you need to make sure that the section amount of hair that you are providing is equivalent to the actual rod itself, just so that it can set perfectly and so that it won't take as long to dry. With my hair thus far, I've done pink, blue, and since this will be kind of sticking up with my hair, I'm going to do a little bit of pink and maybe a little bit of blue, just depending on how much I have left. I tried to keep, like I said, the crown part filled with pink, because my hair kind of grows like the sun and it's going to grow outwards and not down. If your hair grows down, that I would probably suggest doing your bigger curls possibly on the bottom and then the smaller curls on top, just so that you have definition. But if you're a gal that loves volume, I would suggest maybe just doing the pink rods or a bigger color rod everywhere. It just really depends on what you like with your hair. And then I'm going to mimic the exact same rods and style of the rods that I did on this side, and I always do the back first and then the top part of my head last.
I am now going to finish the back side of my hair as it is the same steps repeated over.
Okay, so now it's time to do the front half of my hair. I always want to section out a portion for my bangs, so I'm going to show you how I do that.
For my bangs, I like to carve them out of the front section, as the direction that I will be twisting the flexi rods will be slightly different than the rest of my head. Once again, we will spray some water on each section just to ensure that it is slightly damp, as well as apply some mousse to my curls.
Okay, so now that all of the mousse is in my hair, we are actually going to reverse what we do in the back and do different rods in the front. So instead of doing pink rods at like the bottom part of the hair, we're going to do blue rods. And I do this because now the volume is going to be up here, which is kind of what I like. And because I'm going to have my bangs in front of my face, I don't want it to be too big around my face, if that makes sense. So I try to do multiple rods up in this area and then doing the smaller rods down here, just so that I can have more volume as well as definition, a good balance, if you know what I'm saying.
Similarly to what we did in the back of my hair, I am now going to place the flexi rod underneath my hair and towards the middle of the section and begin to wrap my curls around it. The only difference is that this time I will be using a blue flexi rod, which will leave a tighter curl instead of a bigger flexi rod. I'm going to repeat these steps on both sides of my hair until the front portion is completed. Now that the majority of my head has been tied away with flexi rods, it is time to focus on my bangs. I'm going to go in with mousse and rake it through my curls, which will help to clump them together. I'm then going to repeat the same flexi rod technique shown previously. I will also be using the smaller blue flexi rods.
And we're close to being done now, but not yet. So now for the drying process. I figured out how to dry my hair super quick so that I can rock this flexi rod set tonight. Because personally, I don't like waiting or sleeping on flexi rods. They're not comfortable to me. I don't like it. I don't like having to spend the whole day with either like a hat on or a bag over my head. No. We're gonna dry this in 1 to 2 hours. So what you're going to need is a blow drying cap. I have the link for this exact one in the description box below. I got it from Amazon. So if you want to be just like me, make sure to go ahead and head down there and get you one of these. And then of course you're just gonna need a blow dryer. So basically this is how it works.
Start by placing the cap on top of your head, as you want to make sure that all of your hair is being covered by this cap. Next, use the drawstring to make sure it is as tight around your head as you want it. Next, place your blow dryer in the hole at the end of the cap.
So I'm just going to leave this on my head for about an hour to an hour and a half. But yeah, I like to put it on a mixture between high heat and medium heat just to speed up the process. I'll see you guys very soon.
Now that I am done drying my flexi rod set, I am now going to take the cap off and quickly run my blow dryer over my roots just to make sure that everything is completely dry. Next, grab some oil, as you will need a hair oil to help separate your flexi rod curls and also to help prevent frizz. My biggest tip while unraveling your flexi rod set is to make sure that it is completely dry and that you're being patient and not yanking the flexi rods out of your hair. I like to simply unravel the rods as gently as I can be.
It is time to start unraveling, which is my favorite part. I'm so excited. What I'm gonna do is just take one curl, and I like to also, look at that. Oh my gosh, y'all, that looks so good. I just like to peel them apart and then twist the ends. It looks so good.
Once you have completely unraveled all of your curls, I like to go in by picking my roots and slightly messing up the curls to give it a more natural look. I personally don't like my curls to look too perfect. Once you have your curls as distressed and big as you want them to be, your flexi rod set is now complete.
The great thing about Flexi Rod sets is that the longer you sleep on it, the bigger your hair will be. This is my first day curls, but I'm telling you guys, third day curls are my fave for a Flexi Rod set. I hope that you picked up some amazing tips and tricks that you can implement in your own Flexi Rod set routine, and I hope that you just enjoyed today's video in general. If you want to get any products that I've used in today's video, make sure to check out the description box below, as I will be linking everything in my Amazon storefront. And lastly, if you really enjoy me as an influencer, make sure to vote me Beauty Influencer of the Year. I'll be providing the link below in the description box as well. Don't forget to like today's video as well as comment, and if you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you curl friends next time.